Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome to a brand new game on the stream. I guess not brand new. We did it for a little bit last week, but this is the first dedicated series of Anno 1800. Let's make sure we don't have the same debacle as we usually have when I don't check. Let's make sure everything's working. Hello, me. Let's make sure everything's working. Hello, me. Hey, there we go. Right back at you, buddy. Yeah, so we're doing something new tonight. So last week, we were doing some Age of Wonders 4. The game was kind of crashing on us, so I thought, hey, let's try out Anno 117, the demo. So we did that. We could only do it for an hour, and it scratched the itch, and so we were like, all right, let's try out some Anno 1800. And I remembered how much I absolutely love this game. It's been a long, long time since I've played it. So we're doing a new dedicated series here, Anna, what you did last summer. And so we're going to start fresh, start a brand new run here, and see what we get. So let's do this. Let's do this. So we're going to do a sandbox game. We need less guidance. All right, what's our dude gonna look like? I'd love to take this guy, but he's gonna be one of the characters on the island, so unfortunately we can't take that little dude. This guy with the chops here. That guy kind of sucks. Should we take like the Phantom of the Opera here? We'll take Mr. Chops, man. Alright, let's see. Do we have an icon befitting Mr. Cuts? I guess this is something I should have predetermined before the stream started, right? Oh well, whatever. I don't know if there's anybody that's like a ham or a pig of any kind. I guess not. Oh well. If only we were so lucky. Yeah, how do you not take this guy? That's who we're gonna be. And we will be the honorsome I am ham cuts. I am ham cuts. There we go. So we're gonna do advanced. So like I said, this is the first time back for me in quite a while. So we're not gonna quite go up to expert. We'll try out advanced here. See how much of this I remember. And now we start. We're off. Let's do this. Hey John, hello, hello. How's it going? I'm new to both Anno and Victoria 3. Just started learning from your tutorial videos. Ah, thank you. I love it. Thank you. I appreciate you coming in to tell me. I always appreciate that. It's always nice to know. It makes it worth it. So, yeah, I'm glad. What a good time to get into Victoria 3 because we have the new DLC and the free update coming out on Tuesday. Yeah, and this one is like it kind of hits the itch of Victoria 3. I feel like just because. Same time period, it's dealing with economy. It's not quite as in-depth as Victoria 3, but still a lot of fun. Hey, oh yeah, hello, hello, hello. I hope you're doing well. Just finished your TLDR video. Yes, the update is looking so good. I know, right? I love it. I have to say, I feel like this is probably like the warmest reception to an upcoming flavor pack I feel like I can remember from the game, right? Because it does kind of feel like flavor packs don't get a lot of love sometimes. But this one, the mechanic stuff, the flavor pack, it's going to be so much fun. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to dive into nationalism. Now, something that's interesting about this game is you can't really pause the game, right? Like, we can pause the game, but we can't do anything in the game while it's paused, which is a little bit different from Victoria 3. I'll be honest, kind of a little intimidating. You know, time to sit and figure things out, you just gotta go. Alright, so what do we got on this island? We got fur, grain, and potatoes. Potatoes. Alright, so we want to get this a little bit away from here, but I do want to get the road lined up, so... Yeah, this is good here. Let's get ourselves a road around the place. And then... get a road there. Let's start getting some people moving in.
A new milestone.
Hell yeah, we did. Alright. Yeah, yeah, I know, right? No pauses causes major anxiety, especially for me. Generally, I like to take a slow pace through a game, so I can look around at what's happening, look at things. My brain doesn't work quick enough, right? Oh, look at these little guys around here. One thing I forgot just how beautiful this game is. Graphically, it's amazing. It's still good now, right? And this game is... I forget how many years ago this was, but I was playing this game a long, long time ago. Before I got into Victoria 3. I feel the flavor packs are always good for the mechanical content, but they usually need to test the journal entries more, yeah. But I agree, the general opinion seems to be shifting for that game. Any goals or just enjoying the ride? Yeah, I think for this one, like, the goal is, like, relearn everything. So, my history with this game is, I played this game at launch. When it first came out, I was just, like, all about this game. And I had a lot of fun with it. Although, interestingly, I had bought it on for the computer, and I have a Mac. It only plays on PC. I think we'll put this here. So I installed a Windows partition on my Mac just so I could play this game. Unfortunately, the computer I had couldn't handle it. So I bought it and like couldn't play it. But then eventually it came out on console. So it came out on PS5. And when it came out on PS5, I immediately bought that. And then that's how I just heavily fell into it. Had I been able to play it on the computer, I probably would have stuck with it for a while. So for a couple months, this was like all I was playing. So, no, oh.
You need a warehouse, you do.
Oh, that was stupid of me. Well, we need a warehouse anyway. Put it right here, because we're going to build more work buildings and stuff in this general vicinity. Yeah, so I was just playing this nonstop. I went through the campaign, I did the sandbox, and then I kind of reached my end before all the, like, DLCs came out. So I now have the major DLCs for content, not the cosmetic ones. So anything that's kind of new to that, we're kind of learning here. Like you couldn't run it or the partition failed. No, I couldn't run it. The partition worked well, and I could load, like, the game started on my laptop, but my laptop at the time, like, couldn't handle the specs of the game. So a lot of like graphically, a lot of the stuff didn't work. It was very slow. It was just one of those things that, like, I did all that work and then realized my computer was just too old to handle it anyway. I had a friend corrupt his computer trying that. Or maybe brick it is more appropriate. Oh, man, that sucks. That sucks. Yeah, no, the partition worked well. I had Windows. In the end, I ended up having Windows on my Mac for quite a while. You know, back when you could do that with a Mac, the Windows partitions always worked really well with Boot Camp. Now with the Silicon chips, you can't do, like, that Boot Camp thing anymore. Oh, I was going to ask, what are the DLCs for this game? Like, they just add more items or systems? So, yeah, this is like... Ubisoft definitely went the Paradox way on this one. There was, like... So, when, like I said, when I left the game... oh, you can't anymore? I didn't know that. Wow. Oh, wait, I can't what? Oh, yeah. Yeah, the new Apple Silicon chips, there's no more Boot Camp. I don't know why, like, it just doesn't work with that. Now, there's other things you can get. There's, like, what's it called? Crossover, so you can But that's not really putting Windows on the machine. You can just put Windows applications onto your Mac. But yeah, you can't really run Windows on a Mac anymore. Hey, Super Frank, hello. Oh wow, I did not see this game in a long time. I remember buying it on release, play it for like 4 weeks every evening, but I somehow lost interest afterwards. Might get back into it. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I did the same thing. I bought it on release, didn't work on my computer, finally got it for PS5, just obsessed with the game for months. I wish I had stuck with the,
I'll do.
Oh, I shouldn't have put this in the vicinity here. Oh well. I should have stuck with the game because I didn't end up playing along with any of the DLCs that came out. But yeah, so there's like a million DLCs at this point, but half of them are cosmetic stuff. Like, you know, the like what Civilization used to do, it's like $5 and you can add Christmas decorations. But there's also like major content DLCs. So there's like extra worlds you can go to and stuff like that, and that I know nothing about. I bought it. I bought it earlier this week in preparation for this stream, but I know nothing about that. So we'll find out, I guess. But yeah, this game was a lot of fun. So they have the new Anno 117 coming out. So like the Roman Anno. And that's coming out in November. So that's what made me think, hey, let's try this out again. Oh, good. We got the government guy near us here. Yeah, so, like... And we played it a little bit on Friday night last week. And it was a lot of fun, which kind of... All week this last week since Friday, I've been kind of just thinking about this game. See. Ooh, we got a pretty good island here. Wait, is this our island? Oh, this is our island. Wow, we got a large island to start. Okay. Looks like we got everything we need. We got coal over there. More coal. Iron. Oil. Clay. It says we're supposed to have two... Oh, there's the other clay. So we'll probably go over there for clay. Okay, how are we doing here?
But what is?
So we need 10 more people to get our fishery going.
What you say your name was? That's a strong name. Don't let it down.
Must I tell you? My name is I Am Hamcuts. But yeah, I think this is a game definitely worth getting back into. I have to say, I am pretty excited for the next one, Anno 117. I was saying last week, though, the only problem with Anno 117 is that it comes out, I forget the exact date, but it's like mid-November. And that's unfortunate, because EU5 comes out November 5th. So, we're all going to be like in the midst of EU5, and then this is going to come out.
Yet another mangy traveling circus. Here today, gone tomorrow.
Oh, why you gotta be a jerk to us? I forgot the progression. Isn't it like you build certain buildings and advance to new ones? Or is it research? Yeah, no, so it's not research, so it's like... So here's our residencies, right? So... And then we gotta fulfill needs. Okay, so now we can build the fishery. And that'll fulfill that need. Then, when we get to 100 farmers, we'll open up these buildings. And we can build the work clothes and fulfill this need. And then once we fulfill all their needs, we can upgrade them to workers. And so, the level of worker advances, which then allows you, we have farmers here, there'll be more tabs for the higher end citizens. Hey, I'm talking here, be quiet. And then you can build other stuff. So yeah, you kind of like have to slowly progress. I'm trying so hard to clear my backlog before then. I know, right? There's so much I want to play before I know I'm gonna like get lost in EU5. Get your games in now, friends. Will learning Victoria 3 help with EU5? So the total answer to that is I don't know, but I have been seeing a lot of like talk about how it looks like they're taking a lot of their they meaning EU5 are taking a lot of their economic systems from Victoria 3. It's kind of why I'm really excited for it. It kind of sounds like it's going to be EU5 with Victoria 3 economics. EU, like, Europa Universalis is generally focused on diplomacy and stuff like that. So I'm sure that will be the focus of the game. But it sounds like the economic aspect will resemble a lot of Victoria 3.
I've just returned from my expedition.
So I think kinda.
Jorgensen.
It might help a little bit actually. If you can trust people on YouTube, and you know, who knows if you can trust people like that. Alright. Let's see how these guys are doing. Okay, okay. So we need to get work clothes going. So we need about 18 more people. So we need more houses. We do need to claim another island. Now I will say, I've never been that great at city build planning. I've seen what some people build online, and I'm just like, whoa, that is amazing. Okay, so this looks like a pretty good one. We got hops. Oh, a copper deposit. But it has hops and niter. So, where's our ship? Yeah, let's send it over here. Oop. We'll claim this island. Oh, wait. No, no, no. Oh, ship. Go over here. Look, over here. We got hops, we got red peppers, and we got grapes. I remember these red peppers being pretty important, and I know hops are too. Then we got limestone, we got copper, and this one is so close to our other island. There we go. We can build these guys now. Hey, David. Hello, hello. Evening hams. 148 for you. Ooh, boy. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you burning the midnight oil here. How are you, friend? How you doing? All my cities end up looking like Soviet tenement blocks, unfortunately. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's the New Yorker in me. I'm just like, you gotta build a grid. You gotta grid the whole thing. That's just what you gotta do. Yeah, I feel the same way. Oh yeah. Soviet tenement blocks. Oh man. Okay. So we need to get some sheepies going. Yeah. Thank you. Alright, yeah, you know, okay. I've gotta get the wood guys out of the way there. Oh, you know, I should put them here, actually. Although then they gotta go around to go there. So we'll do this. Yeah, we're gonna need to move this thing. Good, thank you. Just watched your Vic 3 latest vid. Oh, nice. Annoyed they are removing the company and charter from corporate state. Yeah, that's going to be a big thing. That's going to be a big thing. I feel like that's going to be something a lot of people don't realize until it's too late. Like until they're already in the midst of a run or something, you know?
Oh, I'm always busy, Duck. A field don't tend itself.
Yeah, that'll be big. There's some interesting changes they're making there. Gotta figure out. Oh, here we go. 97%. Yeah. Let's just do it back in this corner. There we go. I think I needed to tear down my first city almost completely to fit my railways in this game. Oh my god, Super Frank! I forgot about that. The railways. Yeah, every time I played this game, I remember now, I never left room for the railways. Oh man, good thing you said that. Okay, I'm gonna have to think about that as we do this. My goodness, I do remember the railroad system being finicky in this game. Yeah. Apparently there's airships. That was one of the DLCs I got. You got airships. I have no idea how it works.
Attention for the Admiral.
But it's there.
I see you're exploring yet more islands.
I am, yeah.
Squatter, I won't sue you, I'll ruin you.
God, buddy.
Sails.
Why you gotta start stuff with this already? Yeah, the railway oil system was one of the reasons I got frustrated with this game. David, is this the new Anno? No, it's not. This is Anno 1800. Last week on Friday, we did the new one, Anno 117, because I had a demo out, and you could play it for an hour before it would end the game for you. But the demo is over now, so that's why we're starting with this one. But if you want to check out what the new one looks like, you can look at the VOD from last Friday. So we did Anno 117, the new one, for an hour, and then suddenly I was like, I gotta play Anno again, and so we did a little bit of this last week. Do the airships give plus 30% offense for 2 years? I have no idea. I saw it and I was like, alright, bye. Buy, meaning I bought it. All of the Anno stuff on Ubisoft is 90% off. That's the other thing. I don't know what I was thinking, like back when the game was released at launch, but I bought it on Ubisoft Connect. I don't know why I didn't buy it on Steam back then. But that's what I did. But I noticed the sale isn't really on Steam, but if you buy it from Ubisoft, the whole thing is like 90% off. The base game here, just Anno 1800, the base game is like $6. And then the rest of the stuff is pretty cheap at the moment. So that and the fact that I had like a vanilla gift card from my brother that I can't seem to use anywhere. I was like, okay, I'll spend that on Anno. My favorite event? No, my favorite is when industrialists build me universities. Yeah, in Victoria 3, that's the absolute favorite one. I'm always like, yeah, go ahead. Build me that university. I'll take that. I always try to fit my last big war with this event. Alright. Are we getting close yet? Oh, well, no. They didn't build this little guy yet. Alright, so we'll do that. We can use a potato farm to get the schnapps going. So we'll use this as farmland here. Alright, so let's... Really? We're gonna have to put like one right here. Alright, so we've got the potato farm going. I got EU4 and half the DLC on Epic. Oh, but for some reason, the game is barely playable on Epic. Oh, man. Yeah, you know, I have Epic downloaded. I forget why. Like, I think I have one thing on there, and I don't even know what it is. Oh, you know, I think it might be like one of those old, like, Magic Arena or something like that on there. I don't even know why I have it. I don't even know why I downloaded it on my new computer here. Maybe out of habit. But yeah, like, vast majority of everything I have is on Steam. And of course, I have this on PS5. That's what I mainly played it on. Alright. How many people do we have here? Ooh! Okay, we're close. Actually, we should... Okay, once we get the clothes here, we'll be able to start upgrading.
What brings you here, Master?
Brings me here. What brings me here is I need you to make those clothes. Ooh, oh wait. Man, I wish any of the launchers besides Steam were even kind of good. Epic is so bad. Ubi is just annoying. Yeah, I haven't opened anything on Epic in so long I don't even remember. But I have to say, going back to the Ubisoft launcher, yeah, this one's been fine, but you know what I found really annoying about the Ubisoft store was when I was gonna go buy the DLC for this, they have like the season passes. It tells you like 3 DLCs come with Season Pass 1. But it doesn't tell you which DLCs. Which is so weird, right? Like, why would you not tell me which DLCs? Actually, what's funny, I just remember this. Yeah, what I ended up doing was I went to Steam and looked at how it was listed on Steam, and that's how I found out which DLCs came with it. Like, that tells you something about Ubisoft's store. Eve not... Hey, Eve not ever. Hello, hello. The way she talks sounds like that tutorial lady from... Oh, yeah, Civ 5. Oh, my God. She does sound like that, right? Oh, my God. That just brought me back right there. Good callback. I buy only for Steam now, and only CD keys. So much cheaper than off the Steam store. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's good to know. I'm always looking to get things cheaper. I find now I only buy things on a Steam sale. Things go on sale so often. And there's been so many times in the past I've bought a game, and then suddenly it's on sale on Steam.
Life's hard.
So now I just wait for sales. Let's get the schnapps going. Me too. I will literally wait extra months for a game to drop on Steam just for convenience. Yeah. See, they are sneaky. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Steam just works. It just works well. It's something you don't really think about, like the store you buy it from. But man, after going back to the Ubisoft store for this, I'm kind of... I have a newfound appreciation for Steam. Missing goods. How do we not have any potatoes yet? How long is it going to take you guys to make those potatoes? Do you have any old games that you go back to from time to time? I play Empire Earth from 2001 every few months. Oh, man, that's a good question. Old games. Old games. I hate to say this because I feel like it makes me sound like a little snobbish. Oh wait, do we need... Let's save real quick. I find it difficult to go back to old graphics. I really do. Like, it's so difficult. Like, I've tried going to EU4 because I joined EU4 like only like last year, and graphically it's a little dated now, you know. And I've talked about this on stream before. Like, I've been playing Civilization since Civilization 1, back when I was 8 years old. And I remember, like, in my head, Civilization 2 is like the greatest game of all time. That was like the pinnacle of gaming for me. And I refuse to look up videos of what it looks like. Because in my head, it still looks beautiful. And it's an amazing game. And I don't want to know what it looks like now. I don't want to ruin that image in my head. So I don't really go back to any old game. The oldest game I probably go back to is like Surviving Mars. And then once the relaunch comes out, I probably will never go back to the other one. I notice now they sell a deluxe version with the first season pass, but all the DLC is crap. The first season, then they make a decent season 2 pass within 6 months. Oh, interesting. Okay. See, I ended up just buying all 4 season passes because it was just so dirt cheap. But I didn't buy a deluxe thing or anything like that because I already had the base game. Do you remember Dino Crisis? Got it recently on GOG. Dino Crisis. Oh man, that name is sounding familiar. Okay, I gotta look this up on Steam real quick. Just so I can see what it looks like. But that is sounding really... Oh my god, on Steam, the only thing they have of Dino Crisis is the soundtrack. Okay, let me just look it up on Google. Yes! Okay, now that I see the cover. Oh yeah. I remember this game. I never had this game, but a friend of mine did. So it was one of those things where I only ever watched somebody play it, but it seemed pretty cool. But I don't remember a lot about it. Funny hearing you say that as I play Doom 2 with graphics from 1994. Yeah, see, that's the thing, is like... I'm afraid to go back to things. I had this funny experience a few years back. So me and some friends were hanging out. This is back before I had kids. I could, like... drink late with friends. So we all been drinking that night. We're all just hanging out at my place. And a friend of ours, she was like, oh, she looked at my bookshelf and saw I had, because I still had all my DVDs out on my bookshelf. I say that like I don't have them out now. But she saw I had Austin Powers up there. She's like, oh my god, I haven't seen Austin Powers in forever. I'm like, yeah, you know, me too. I haven't watched that movie, the first Austin Powers movie, in forever. Yeah, let's watch it. Let's load it up. So we loaded up Austin Powers. And I remember back in the day thinking like, oh my god, this movie is hilarious. I love this movie. And I have to say, it was awful. It was so bad. That movie thoroughly sucks. And I kind of wished I hadn't watched it. I wish I had just had the memory of it and nothing else. So I'm now kind of afraid to go back to things. I don't know. Maybe I just need to get over that, but... Nah, early 3D polygons have a nostalgic feeling. Faces that have 2 pixels as eyes. Bad textures as grass. Yeah, then again, I even like Pokemon more than the new ones. Yeah. See, I also kind of get that too, though. Like, in the sense, like, sometimes when things look so polished, like, I feel like with movies, it's kind of like that. Like, you go back and watch the first Jurassic Park, and it still looks great. Compared to, like, the CGI polished nature of everything now. So, yeah. Like, I totally get that. There's, like, an aspect of everything being so polished, trying to look so perfect now that it kind of looks bad. But I don't know. I'm afraid to ruin my memories of things now. Resident Evil, but dinosaurs. Oh yeah. Okay, that's bringing back memories. Because, yeah, that's right. The person who I would watch play it was my friend who introduced me to Resident Evil. That makes a lot of sense. I'll have to look up some videos on it. Jog my memory. Yeah, GOG brings old games back to life. Really? GOG? So is that like a storefront? Oh, I'm looking at it now. Oh my god. Yeah, so storefront. See, I feel like I've heard of GOG, but I've never, like, gone and explored it. Yeah, immediately here. Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3 for $1.49. Theme Hospital! Oh my god, back in the day, the Theme series. Oh, I loved that. I loved it. I'm cracking up. I'm the opposite. I find how bad it is, like, endearing, kind of.
Really, entirely marvelous to meet you. And that we may show truth, or anything, actually, in my...
Alright, let's do this. So, negative 50% rye chance. I was kind of hoping we get a net positive happiness. Everybody's going to get pissed with me, though, if I start editing the newspaper. The makers of South Park made a movie. Oh, Basketball. Found it so funny I cried. Watched it a second time. Hated it. See? I love Basketball. Me and my best friend from high school, we still quote that movie to each other. Like, we still will see each other and be like, oh. That movie was amazing to me. That's one of the movies I think of. I am never going back to that movie. I am never going back to it, because in my head, that movie is hilarious. And I know it's gonna suck if I watch it today. And admittedly too, the thing is, like, I was watching these things when I was a kid, and now I'm an adult, and your taste changed. So that's probably more of what it is. But I refuse to watch Basketball. It will stay in my head as a brilliant movie. Do not talk about Jurassic movies. I just got over the fact that I wasted 2 hours and 20 pounds watching the latest one in the cinema. Oh, no. See, I did that with the 3 Jurassic World movies. This last one, I'm like, no. For me, Jurassic Park is like... That first movie... there was a time I could quote every single line from that movie. Jurassic Park is actually the reason I read books. When I was a kid, I saw it, I think I was like 10. Yeah, I was 10. And I loved that movie, and I played it on repeat non-stop. And at the end, at the credits, it would always say, based on the novel by Michael Crichton. And so finally I was like, if I'm such a big fan of it, I should read the book. And I was 10 years old, I ended up getting the book. It was the first book I ever read for pleasure. Like, I had read books for school at that point. But it was really the first book I ever read for pleasure. And then I discovered the joy of reading from Jurassic Park. Hey, Jabba! Hello! Welcome, friend! Well, movies have gotten better over the years, but now the budgets are so bloated. We get the same movies over and over. Yeah. No, absolutely, right? Like, the movies cost so much money to make, they're not going to take a risk on anything. And we're even at the point now where even, like, they call certain movies indie movies. And I'm like, is it, though? Like, they have these movies with, like, major stars, massive budgets, and it's an indie movie. And I get why it's called an indie movie. But it just kind of seems... like, that title of indie movie just seems kind of frivolous at this point. Alright, so we got our first upgraded house, some workers. Let's see. Wow, that's pretty cool. How does the movie compare to the book? So, a lot of big differences. Now, what was cool was Michael Crichton wrote the screenplay for it, or co-wrote it. I think what happened was he wrote it and then somebody just kind of edited it up, right? There's a lot of big differences, but all the differences from the book to the movie, are still work really well. But yeah, there's a lot of big differences between the book. The book is great. The book is great. That whole thing in the movie that Ian Malcolm talks about with chaos theory, that's really what the whole book is about. And they even separate it into these sections where they give you an illustration of the like the chaos theory breaking down, because essentially what the book is about is that one of the things the book is about is that no matter how big and complex your system is, the littlest thing will make it fall to the ground. And because that little thing just starts to compound and compound and compound. And so if you think about, in a nutshell, the story of Jurassic Park, they did this monumental, outrageous thing. They cloned an extinct animal and then created this massive park on an island, all this stuff, and we all know the story. But ultimately, what brings the whole thing crashing down is that they didn't pay their lead systems analyst enough money. And that problem starts, and then it compounds and compounds and compounds until the whole system comes down. And that's essentially what the book is about. Among other things, it has some great scenes in it, too, about the nature of entertainment and things like that, too. But, yeah. I could go on forever. Jurassic World was totally fine. I even liked it. Jurassic World 2 was decent, worth a watch, but not memorable. Part 3 was annoying and bad. Part 4 is an insult to intelligence. Actually, just last night I watched a Honest trailer for the newest one and a pitch meeting for it. So without having watched the movie, and I have to say, I'm glad I didn't go watch it because it looks absolutely ridiculous. I have to say, it looks absolutely ridiculous.
A competitor raised a settlement.
Although, I'll say all three of the Jurassic World movies, none of them are the worst Jurassic Park movie. The absolute worst Jurassic Park movie is Jurassic Park 3. That movie is absolutely atrocious. God, I hate that movie. So they're not worse than that, though that's not saying much. Although Jurassic World 3 really tried to make it that way, I'll say that. I feel like audiobooks, Amazon did George Orwell's 1984. Oh, with some celeb readers, Andrew Garfield, Tom. No way, really? I think it's one of the best audiobooks ever done. It's more read like a movie. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's I gotta get on that. That sounds amazing. Oh, sounds like Matrix Reloaded. Oh no, this is where we part. I love the second Matrix movie. I really do. I really do. First off, the thing about it's like, I don't know, we're hitting like the Jurassic Park is probably my favorite movie of all time, and The Matrix is in the very, very, very close second favorite of all time. The Matrix Reloaded is what made me want to be a writer. I had a very nice experience though seeing The Matrix Reloaded. So I saw it like the weekend it came out, and I remember right before the movie started, I was sitting in the movie theater and I was looking around at everybody in the movie, and you know, there's a lot of like dude bros there because they're there for the kung fu and everything. But you know, you're also about to go watch this movie that's going to make you think about the nature of reality and all this stuff. And I was like, these are topics I feel like a lot of the people in this movie theater would never explore or never go to a movie that explores. And yet, because of the nature of The Matrix and The Matrix Reloaded, it pulls in an audience that normally would never consume something like that. And I was like, I want to do that. I want to do that. It also expands the world so much, The Matrix Reloaded. It expands the world. The first time we see the actual Earth, the actual real world, is in that second movie. You never see anything in the first movie, and in the first like 45 minutes or an hour of the second movie, you realize you've never seen anything outside of the Matrix or outside of the ship, the Nebuchadnezzar. It's in the Matrix Reloaded that you finally see the Earth, which I thought was good. Oh, it's a real party. We got the Twitch bot. Yes, be gone, bot, be gone. And you are gone. A friend of mine likes every movie we go to, even though the movie sucks. But he likes the experience around it, and not necessarily the movie itself. That's nice. That's nice somebody could be like that. I wish I could do that with all movies. I am not like that. If I don't like something, I don't like something. 3 hours of mind-blowing story. Yes. See, the thing people... So here's what's interesting, though, about the Matrix movies. They were initially written... The trilogy was written all together. They wrote all 3 of those movies together. But the thing was, the Wachowskis had never directed a movie before. So when they had written screenplays before. So when they brought the screenplay to a producer, the producer was like, I want to do this. They're like, we want to direct it. And the guy was like, the amount of money that's going to go into making this movie is astronomical. There's no way we can give you the budget for a movie like this, and you've never directed anything before. And so they said, direct like something small and we'll see how it goes. And so the Wachowskis directed this movie called Bound, which is a really cool movie, an absolutely great movie, but it's a very small scale movie. It basically is just 3 main characters. And so you can see why it was like very small in scope, but it worked really well. And so then the studio was like, okay, we'll let you do 1 Matrix movie. Just 1. And I remember reading interviews with them that first day on the set of The Matrix. It was like, they were like, every single head from the studio was there to make sure it didn't burn to the ground. But they had to rewrite the ending of the first Matrix movie so that...
Please allow me the chance to study them.
Wait, what's this? Is this my island? Oh. Sure, go ahead.
So good of you to save a secret garden just for me.
So they wrote an ending to the first movie because they weren't sure if they were ever going to be able to make another one. And so that's why the first movie kind of stands alone. But it was originally written as all 3. And then, of course, you know, history is history. The movie picked up and then they were able to do the other 2. But they're all written together. There's my Matrix rant. You guys brought up the 2 movies I will rant about forever. The story is not even that bad, but the dinosaurs are just not dinosaurs. They are Japanese kaijus with reptile skin. I want to unwatch it. That's okay. Yeah, that's what I thought I found from watching clips of this newest one. It's just monsters. They're like Hollywood monsters. And in the first Jurassic World movie, there's this one line I absolutely hate.
Major partner like you will delight the board.
Where that character Claire is like, kids don't care about dinosaurs anymore. They want something big. And it was almost like the movie was talking about itself. And I'm like, that is not true. You can just show me dinosaurs. I don't need a made-up dinosaur that's like a hybrid of a million other things. Like, dinosaurs are still cool to watch. I think at least, but the movie could bomb. And he's like, wow, that was great. Yeah. Yeah. But I do get sometimes, though, like... Yeah, I've had movies that I'm like... like, bomb, and people are like, oh, that movie was awful. But I'm like, I kind of like that movie. We'll take, like, The Matrix Reloaded. That was when I'm like, I kind of like that movie. No, I meant chaos theory element of Jurassic Park book reminds me, of Neo being... Oh, yeah, the eventuality of an anomaly threatening the system. Oh my god, yeah! Oh, John. I've never really thought about the 2 movies, like, in comparison like that. That is so true. That is so true. That's amazing. Ah. Well played, my friend. Well played. Yeah, that's totally what the whole thing is about. I'm gonna stop talking about it or I will write myself into rage. Oh man, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Oh yeah, I wonder how you'd feel watching it now, as it's a different time now. Probably doesn't feel so futuristic sci-fi. Oh wait, do you mean the first Matrix movie? I'm so behind in chat now because I was ranting. Damn, that's a good point. I wonder too. I thought it released a bit earlier than 1999. I'm surprised. Yeah, no, it was 1999. 1999, and it released because Warner Brothers needed a big sci-fi fantasy thing to compete with the upcoming Star Wars Episode 1. To think like those two movies like in conjunction with each other. I must say it's funny. I feel like I've heard no commentary on the game this whole time. Yeah, I know. Sorry, I've been kind of on autopilot here, clicking through things. Yeah, we're behind on workers, so we have to upgrade here, but we can't lose our farmer workforce. I also need. But we need a few more farmers. But we need... One of the main things we need from workers here are bricks. So we got to get a brick factory, but you can see we need 25 workers. So we need to get enough farmers to upgrade to workers, so we need like a lot more people here. So we just got to like build. So we got to wait for people to start moving in. Yes, and the movies themselves, a bigger and badder monster. No, just make good stories with dinosaurs. Yeah, exactly, right? Like people forget the first Jurassic Park movie. It's like an hour before you see a dinosaur. Like, if the story is good, people will stick around, you know? He said that because I've never seen it. Remember which one you're talking about there? I like The Matrix still, especially the first two. Yes. Yeah. Especially the first two. The third one I could see how maybe people don't care for as much. I mean, I still love it, but the the third one was pretty much like just the conclusion of the story. Like, the first movie is introducing the whole concept and everything. The second movie is expanding the universe to a crazy degree. But the third one is just like the war and the conclusion of the story, so... Downloading Kung Fu blew my child mind. I know, right? I was just talking about this with my wife the other day. It's crazy to think there was a point where people heard the concept and they were like, what? Like, I don't get it. Like, explain that to me again. I remember the original trailers were like, what is the Matrix? And so it was supposed to be a big reveal what the Matrix was. And when people heard it, they were like, wait, I don't get it. Explain that to me again. Because now it's just so ingrained in our culture, that premise. Yes, and the movies themselves think they have the same issue. The directors think they need to make, a bigger and badder monster. No, just make good stories with dinosaurs. Yeah, exactly. Oh wait, I think I just reread that. Whoops. Have you ever seen, the Matrix clone Equilibrium with Christian Bale? I have. I do love that movie. I do kind of love that movie, and it was definitely like a Matrix clone. It's not, it's not great, but it was good. It was a good movie. But it was definitely like Matrix inspired. I know Neo, like, Jesus dies for our sins pretty much, but I didn't like as much. Yeah, there's a lot of Christian iconography. I have to say, I absolutely detest the fourth Matrix movie. I absolutely detest that movie. I don't understand, like, it seemed like fan fiction to me. It seemed like someone was writing Matrix fan fiction. I was like, there's no way this is, like, canon. Like, it's ridiculous. And I don't know, I have a whole big rant I could go on with Matrix for other things that just piss me off about it. But man, that was a movie I could have done without. And I think we all kind of knew it was gonna suck, right? Like, there's no way that had success written on it. Yeah, watched it multiple times. Really good movie and concept. Yeah. What does the golden light in revolutions represent? Oh, right, at the very end there. I don't know. I mean, my take on that little, like, light at the end as he's dying is supposed to represent the, like, to me it's like the reseeding of the Matrix. Because you remember when he meets the architect, the architect says, you will return to the source, we implant your code, and then the Matrix restarts. And that's what he's supposed to do. Because every one before him didn't have a personal connection to an individual. They just had a general connection to humanity. And what makes Neo different is that he had a strong love and personal connection to a single person, and he must save that person. Which is why he doesn't take the architect's offer of returning to the source. And so when he's fighting Agent Smith, he's plugged into the source, which is what ultimately undoes Agent Smith. But I think after he defeats Agent Smith and he's now dead, he's plugged into the source. The one has returned to the source. And so I took that to be like the symbolizing the his code being implanted back into the source and kind of restarting everything, even though the deal was they're not actually restarting it, but it's going to be like a different Matrix, as usually is what's supposed to happen there. Feels like a bad end. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, the Matrix. Oh, you've never seen the Matrix? Oh yeah. Oh man. I mean, my immediate thought to you is, I wish I could be you. I wish I could watch it for the very first time again. I wish I could do that. Alright, we need some pig farms. The thing I remember about these, though, is you do kind of got to keep them away from people. Nobody wants to live near the pig farm. Although we're going to have to build things over here. I guess we'll build it over here. Hams, we've been talking about Matrix within your Jurassic Park convo. You guys have no idea how that is so me, this conversation. Talking about the Matrix within within a Jurassic Park conversation. If people who know me heard this, they'd be like, oh yeah, how is every stream not that? Alright, yeah, there we go. Alright, so now we got our little piggy farm. Ooh, although we need... Ah! We're on fire! I built... Oh my god. Really? I gotta manually mobilize you guys? Go take care of that stuff. I agree. It's really great. Kinda... Oh man, I ran right through the break. I apologize, everybody. Did we get hit with the ad? No, we didn't. Okay. So we're gonna take a quick 90-second break so that we don't have to lose time through the ads here. Alright, so 90 seconds, and I will be right back. All right, and we're back. And we're back. All right, let's see what I missed here. Sorry if I just sent the same message twice. I didn't know if it went through. Oh, I see. Okay. I thought I messed up there. Oh, I refuse to watch the fourth one. Yeah, Jabba, you're. I wish I was you. I wish I hadn't watched it. The newer Matrix is awful. It's so bad. It's so bad. And the thing I hate about it the most is it kind of feels like Lana Wachowski is like expressing detest for people who looked for meaning in the first Matrix movie. And I'm like what are we watching here? Like, you know, like it just felt so like I hate the fact that I have to make this fourth movie. Nobody is making you make it. And I hate the fact that everybody's looking for all these meanings in the first one. And I'm like, what? 1000% knew it was going to bomb. I refuse to watch 2. Yeah. I guess I cannot be upset about spoilers 26 years later. Yeah, I know, right? Like, oh man, I was just about to watch it. I once was on the plane and it was available, and I remember just watching nothing instead of that movie. I'd rather sit in silence on an airplane than watch that movie. And you were right. You were right. You ended up being totally right on that. Ham's just casually destroying your dreams. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. Destroy dreams. If I can do one thing, if I can do nothing, at least I can destroy a dream once a day. Man, we really opened a can of worms here on the topic of movies. You have no idea. The 2 movies in this world I could talk about all day and all night, and the 2 movies in my life that I have studied and thought about to no end are Jurassic Park and The Matrix. You guys have stumbled into a thing here. YouTube just gives me ads whenever it wants. Oh man, boo ads. I wonder if the people in your Anno city think that's air. Well played. 10 points to John. Do you guys think that's air you're breathing? And then you try to explain to them what a computer is. So Matrix 4 is like every mainstream movie nowadays. No meaning, just fancy graphics and CGI. Yeah. Yeah, basically. I mean... And the movie just like... It there's no meaning to it. It kind of detests its audience. And it tries to wedge in plot devices that just don't make sense in the world at all. Yeah, well, evil ham cuts. Yeah, what would my Wario name be? Wham cuts. Mine is Lord of the Rings. Well, the history of Middle Earth. Wait, hold on. Wait, yours, Lord of the Rings is what for you? Oh, yours is Lord... Yeah. The one you could talk about to no end. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I do love Lord of the Rings. I absolutely love Lord of the Rings, but I'm more somebody who likes to listen to people talk about the world of Lord of the Rings, because, like, I know the movies to no end, but I know enough that there is a lot more that I don't know. I love it, though. I love the Lord of the Rings. Just think about that actor, Hugo Weaving, that moment he had. He had the Matrix trilogy and the Lord of the Rings trilogy going on at the same time. Like, holy hell. What a time to be an actor for that guy. Plot devices that make no sense. Welcome to the 3 new Star Wars prequels. Oh my god. Or, oh, new Star Wars sequels. Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. I guess I don't want to give away spoilers for another thing on stream here, but in episode 9, what we find out about Rey's parentage, I was just like, oh god, why are we doing that? It really does make... I was just like, it's so overwhelming, or underwhelming. I was just kind of like, oh, that's it? That's what it is? Ooh, okay, we can sell schnapps to her. So we're going to create a trade route. Because it looks like we're doing business with schnapps here. So why don't we do like... Let's do like 15. And actually, so what does she sell? Wool, clay, pigs, grain, potatoes, work clothes. Nothing that we need. But we could sell it for money. Okay, so let's create a trade route. So start off here. Load up some schnapps. So we'll start small. We'll just do like 15. Then go here and unload it. And there you go. We'll see how this does for us. I'm still kind of relearning the trade system for myself here. There will never be a fantasy world like Middle-earth. Yeah, a man dedicated his life to that story. Nobody will ever be able to get that depth again. The thing I find the most amazing is that he spent he's a fantastic writer, obviously, and he spent his entire career writing in one world. Like, that's amazing. That's really amazing. Like, how do you have that much to say and add to that world? And yet he did. And I have to say, his story is amazing as well. I remember one day reading J.R.R. Tolkien's Wikipedia page, and it was like the most thrilling Wikipedia page I've ever read. And they did make that movie about him, Tolkien, which is a pretty good movie. But there's even more stuff with him. Like, he created a language, obviously, in The Lord of the Rings. He created another separate language just between him and his wife, so that while he was out at World War I, he could send...
Most often, no one will.
Wait, hold on. What's this? A pickup quest. Oh, yeah, fine. We'll do that.
Get up there.
So that he could send her letters and let her know where he was and how things were going, because they wouldn't have allowed letters to go out where he was telling her his location, because it's a problem. So he put it in this made-up language so that she would know all this stuff. Like, it's just fascinating, some of this stuff about his life. Like, his story is just as compelling. I like the lore of the Lord of the Rings, not the movies so much. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, I love the movies. I love the movies. You know, it's interesting too. I remember when I was in 6th grade, I think it was. No, 7th grade. 7th grade. I was supposed to read The Hobbit for school. And I remember absolutely hating it. And I have no idea why, but I hated it. And so it wasn't until the movies came out, or the first movie came out, and I was like, all right, let me give this book another try. I saw the movie, I loved it, and then I went back to the book, and I was like, I love this book. Like, I have no idea what it was about it when I was in 7th grade that I hated. Hugo just had to play, like, Darth Vader, and he'd be the ultimate sci-fi actor. Yeah, right. He would have had the beautiful trifecta if he could have gotten Star Wars out of it. I love, oh no, the Emperor's back, like he fell into the core of a super powerful artificial planet that exploded. If you can survive this, death does not exist. Yeah, exactly. And it was like, I didn't need that. That wasn't impactful to me at all. I wasn't like, oh my god, what? I was just kind of like, oh, wonk, wonk, wonk. I think that the problem with those movies, though, is that they had one director for the J.J. Abrams, then they got rid of him, and then the next one who came in wanted to undo a lot of the stuff. and made a fantastic movie, but it just didn't mesh with the first one that much. And then they made the mistake of bringing back J.J. Abrams for the third one, and J.J. Abrams tried to like undo a lot of the stuff from the second movie to go back to what he had originally intended. And so all that happened in the end was just 3 completely disjointed movies. And that's ultimately the problem. Is there war in this game? Yes. So all these people, or not this guy, but all these other people who own these islands will go to war with us. So we do need to eventually get to a point where we can build a sailing shipyard and start creating some other ships and some like warships, and then also putting like some mounted guns out there. But we need to get to 150 workers. But we do need to start thinking about getting like some defense in here. He wrote thousands of years of history into this world. Apparently orcs are inspired by his experience. Yeah, in World War I, seemingly good men corrupted in the mud of the trenches, yeah, into evil murders. Orcs are made by corrupted evils, and in the movies they dig them out the dirt. Yeah, and they used to be elves. They used to be like one of the most beautiful creatures in existence, but because they were corrupted, yeah, they come out of the mud. I always found it fascinating, too, that the dead marshes, so when, like, Frodo and Sam are walking through the dead marshes and they see those, like, bodies under the water, that they were, like, that scene was inspired by, like, when Tolkien was walking through, like, battles, or, like, after battles had ended, walking through the field and just seeing all the dead bodies on the field. It's really fascinating. Like, the whole story is very much like World War I inspired. When there's not a lot of World War I, or enough World War I stories out there. Everything is World War II. Oh, yeah, see, I didn't read it enough. Compensate, yeah, corrupted elves, yes. The Hobbit was so good, the book. Again, I didn't enjoy the movie so much. Yeah. I appreciate what they tried to do. They made it into 3, because I guess they had to make it 3. But Peter Jackson was like, well, then I'm going to try to incorporate a bunch of lore, not in The Hobbit, but into this movie. But I feel like it was fine. I feel like it could have... I was expecting worse, actually, because I was kind of like, oh, we're going to go back to it. I mean, when I heard The Hobbit was going to be 3 movies, I was like, oh, so we're just doing a cash grab. That's all we're doing here. But in the end, I think, actually, it turned out to be pretty good. I didn't mind it. But of course, you know, it wasn't like the first movies. Nor should it have to be. They built Snoke, I think. I just watched the movies once. Up in the first movie, yeah. Then killed him off like a side character in the second or third one. Yeah, in the second one, yeah, they were just like, oh, this guy's done. This guy's gone. And it was like, what's the point of that? Although everything is all connected in this conversation, Snoke was played by Andy Serkis, who's Gollum in the Lord of the Rings movies, so there you go. Sorry that I can not talk about Tolkien or Matrix. Have not seen or read any of it. I am a bad nerd. There's no such thing as a bad nerd. You don't need to know everything. There are so many things I don't know. Or so many, like especially as like a theater person. I'm a theater person who doesn't like Chekhov. And I've said this to my other theater friends, and they're like, how could you not idolize Anton Chekhov? And I can, objectively, I can recognize how he is a fantastic writer, but I don't enjoy it. I've never, whenever somebody's like, oh, there's a new, a new production of Uncle Vanya opening, I've never been like, oh, yes. Like, no, I don't want to go see that. Wait, George has presented you with a moral and ethical problem to solve, though you are not entirely sure why he has chosen you. One thing is clear, though. Whatever you do will be better than doing nothing at all. Either rescue the pastor or the prisoner. Oh. Is this the trolley problem? Rescue 1 priest or rescue 3 prisoners? We're gonna rescue the 3 prisoners. That's what we're gonna do. Where are they though? Over here. Okay. So we'll see what's going on over there. Out of the Hobbit trilogy, I did enjoy the Desolation of Smaug. Yeah, Smaug. Yeah, that was really good. I think the whole thing in the end was like, it was done really well. I mean, Peter Jackson knows what he's doing there. True, it wasn't a cash grab, but I think it's more a me problem. I don't like the movies of books I read. Oh, really? See, for me, I think, like I said, like I got into books because of how much I love the movie Jurassic Park. So for me, I love watching a movie that's based on a book. I love reading the book first and then going to see the movie if I can. Because I love that element of like when you read a book, you know, you create the visuals in your mind's eye and you have what you think it looks like, what it sounds like. And so I love to see a movie adaptation and see how somebody decided to visualize everything. And of course there are times you're like, oh, why did they do it this way? Or times that they really nailed it, or times that they did something I totally didn't imagine in my head, but then you see it in the movie and you're like, oh yes, I can see why that is really good. So I absolutely love movies based on books. Reading the book and then going to see the movie. Like the Harry Potter movies, I hated all but the first 2. Really? The first... See, for me, it's kind of the opposite. The first 2 are... The first 2 are fine, but to me, they're kids' movies, and that's what they're intended to be, and that's what the story is. He's still a child in the first 2. So that the tone of the first 2 makes sense to me, but in the end... they're the 2 I enjoy the least because of that.
No space left here.
Okay, we need to get to 20 bricks to upgrade our warehouse here. But then we need to start upgrading these roads so that all of these carts and everything can move faster. The ones I read after watching the movies. Yeah. Yeah, see, I had gotten to Harry Potter late. So I had the experience of pretty much... Like, I started on it when... It was right before the book, but right before the 6th book came out. So I had the experience of... I did exactly that. I read the book and then watched the movie all the way through until the 7th book, or the 6th book. Now, we don't really need the resources yet from this island, though we're going to eventually. Pretty small island, too, but I don't think we need to start building yet over here. At least, I'll say not until we need the goods, but I think we're going to start needing red pepper fairly soon. I think the Potter movies did a good job of a changing audience age. Every movie a little bit more mature than the last. Yeah, exactly.
Her Majesty leans on me to detain any who defile her sovereign laws, including you.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree. That's the thing with them, is that the first 2 start off as more kids movies, and then slowly it starts getting more and more mature, just like the characters do. So yeah, I thought they did a pretty good job in that regard. Okay. Well, who am I picking up? Oh, I see. So these will be... Since there's 3, I take it these are the 3... And then this would be the priest, right? Well, where's our ship? Alright, whatever. Let's... Where are you going? Oh, yeah, there we go. 3 twisted criminals. Alright, so let's return. Oh yeah, I was still a kid at the first 2 movies, so that makes sense. Also introduced me to reading in English because I couldn't wait until the translation. Oh, interesting, interesting. That's pretty cool. So is that what helped you learn English, or more learn like the reading English? Because that's a cool story right there. Yes, here we go. All right, so we've upgraded our warehouse building. So now we need to get more to upgrade all this stuff. Man, I was quite a nerd looking back. Never thought about, yeah. Yeah, I was always really into like sci-fi, fantasy stuff. See, I was like, I also really loved playing soccer when I was a kid. And I was pretty good at it. So I played on a lot of teams. And so because I spent so much time at the soccer field, my group of friends generally were like more athletes and soccer players, and I feel like the people I knew, none of them were really into like anything sci-fi or fantasy or reading. Like I was really into like Philip K. Dick short stories. Nobody was really into that, so I never really had anybody I could share like any of my interests like that of that stuff with. Because I think I was really into the game of soccer and playing it, and I didn't really realize this until I was older. But what I realized was I really don't like hanging out around athletes. At least back when I was a kid. I never really enjoyed being around anybody on those teams. For the most part. I mean, some of the people were good. I had some friends there, but... So just... Well, I'm gonna watch my language. A lot of poopy people. What do we gotta build next here? Oh, yeah. So we need the slaughterhouse. So we have some farmers that we can... Yeah. 5 short. Well, let's build it.
Don't just sit there. Hand it in.
Damn, buddy. Take it easy. Working on it.
Flagship ready for orders.
I appreciate that. Really, I do.
The lives of the many over the few, huh? Ever spare a thought for that old pastor? A man who gave his life to save so many others? Well, don't lose any sleep. I hear a little old man got out of his bath chair and went and saved him. Okay. Oh no, I was losing so much sleep over that. Alright, so how do we... Let's get this trade route. Although, so how are we doing on the schnapps? Oh. Okay, let's... So now we don't have enough of it. So let's... delete that route. Although now we have tons of work clothes. Hey, at least we have a positive budget now. Well, I could speak English, but reading, talking, and grammar, I was always ahead of other kids because we devoured books in English. That's really cool. That's awesome. Which state do you live in, Hams? I'm in New York. I'm a New Yorker.
Flagship awaiting instructions.
New York City. I feel like, yeah, most people are like, oh, don't say where you live. But I'm like, when you live in a city of 8 million people. So my English teacher was best buds with me. That's cool. See, that's cool. I like that. Yeah, I had some teachers that were really great to me. Some not so great, but some that were really wonderful people that encouraged like a lot of things. I was always very much into writing. I was a big reader when I was a kid too. I've generally always been a big reader in my life until like recent years. Having kids has really cut down on the amount of time I read because it's so hard to focus on it. Yeah, pretty sure nobody can find you in New York City. Yeah, exactly. Even when you're hoping people will find you in New York City, nobody finds you. Alright. You know, okay, working conditions. So,
We put our love into this.
so let's lower the productivity here. We can get a little bit of happiness there. We can lower the productivity here. And then this will make everybody a little bit happier, get more people moving in. I wouldn't worry about it, mate. You can fit 1.3 UKs inside New York State. Yeah, right. This is true. This is true. New York State is massive. Well, that's funny, like, New York State is massive. The vast majority of the population is in New York City, and so pretty much the way New York City goes is where the state goes. Other than, you know, there are a few other big cities in New York State. So you have Buffalo, Syracuse, Rochester, Albany. But that's about it right there. But of course, none of them, you know, in comparison to New York City. I mean, we are kind of like the biggest city in the country. Alright. Although, hold on now. You can fit 1.3 UKs inside New York State. I guess land-wise, but population-wise, like, I don't know what the population comparison would be between New York and London. Like, how many people live in London? I imagine it would be a lot more than New York, just because there's more land. What's the population of London? Oh, 8.945 million. So that's probably, that's, now what's New York currently? Yeah. So there's more in London, but only by about 500,000. They're both kind of comparable. But everybody forgets New York City is an island. It's a series of 4 islands and then a little bit on the mainland. So that's why there's always construction going on in the city, because the only place you can build is up. We build out as much as we can. Okay, so we have some of these. Google says 9 in London. Google just lied to me. Yeah, what's the population of London from Google? Well, yeah, okay, so it says 8.945 million. That's true. That's pretty much 9 right there. So yeah, about 9 million in London, 8.5 in New York. Yeah, because there's only so much the city can hold. Though we certainly try to pack it in as much as possible. Oh, here we go. Okay, so yeah, this is what I was waiting for. So now we can upgrade. And now we can start to get our sausages. Get our sausages. So, okay, so the one thing I gotta reacquaint myself with, though, is the production chain here. Because, like, I don't get why the numbers seem all pretty much the same. So, is there anybody who wants to trade clothing? The prison. Yeah, the prison does like potatoes. How are we on potatoes? We don't have a lot. Wonder if we can build another potato farm. We need... Ah, man. Oh my god, come on. We need 20. Kind of crazy when you think about it. New York State has so much space, and everyone goes to live on a tiny island series. I know, right? It's massive. Like, there's so much great, like, wilderness in New York State. Like, I love camping in upstate New York. There's just so much beautiful empty land. But yeah, but yet we all kind of cramp on these small little islands down here. But that's also why it's kind of like when it comes to state elections, the way New York City votes is the way the state goes. Yeah, in the corner of the state, exactly, like right on the border of New Jersey. London is just high-rise blocks of every culture in the world. I swear nobody speaks English there. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much New York City. I think every single culture in the world has a section of the city here. Which is kind of cool. Alright, so first road we want to build is getting from this warehouse down to this way. So maybe we build up this road first. So we want to pave the roads. Alright. So we only have one brick left. So we'll leave that. Not only on a tiny island, but it's a tiny island on the outermost corner of the state. Yeah, exactly. It's like just right on the edge there. I actually don't know enough of the state. I looked this up one time, why the capital of the state ended up being Albany and not New York City. Considering New York City was once the capital of the United States. And it's funny because when you play Victoria 3, it's usually a good gameplay to change the capital of the United States to New York, although not anymore. There's something in the new dev diary that...
New milestone.
Nice, Port Town. Oh, let's save. They have a new thing now that if you change the capital in the United States away from Washington, D.C., you get some type of penalty. Which is good, that's how it should be. Do you know the old name for New York was... Yes, New Amsterdam. That's right. In fact, in the city here, you can tell where the Dutch settlement ended and the British settlement began, because if you ever been to New York City, when you get to the southern tip of the city, the roads make no sense. The Dutch apparently knew nothing about a grid system, and so all of the streets in the southern tip of Manhattan are just a jumbled mess. There's no rhyme or reason anywhere. And the city, the Dutch settlement ended at Wall Street. That's why it was called Wall Street, because there used to be a big wall right there. And so everything north of Wall Street is where the British settlement began. And the British were like, this is nonsense. Like, we got to grid this thing. And so that's when the streets are just a grid system and everything makes sense. Yeah, and there's just a bunch of, like, Dutch words, too, to name things in the city, neighborhoods, like Brooklyn, Harlem. Yeah, the grid system. Yes, the good old grid system. As you can see, I am a fan of the grid system. Like this road right here is just making me anxious. Rotterdam. Yeah. All right. So,
A check copy?
here we go. I would like it if you make... Yes, here we go. We can get people happier. I need people happier. So we can fill out all these homes.
Typical barn mice.
There we go. Everybody is fully happy. Okay, so let's start getting... Yeah, we could use sales. Means we're gonna need more sheepies. Some sheepy peepies. Yeah, that looks gross. Yeah, perfect. We will put... Oh, look at this. Exactly what we want right there. We'll put the sail thing right on the dock. We got church. Oops. Well, we're going to need 50 there. Alright, so we got to build more stuff here. So the UK roads are awful. It's because we have history. Roads where for horses and everything got built around them, so we got stuck with shit roads. Americans got to build with the car in mind. Yes, except in the southern tip of Manhattan, in the areas of the old Dutch settlement, there are many like cobblestone roads down here. Now, not where cars drive. Anything that a car would go on has been paved, but there are like some roads that are still like cobblestone roads in the southern tip. But generally, yeah, in all of the United States, this is true. We got to build our roads at the time that we were thinking about cars. As a Dutch, I don't know what I should say. Oh, Java, are you Dutch? I mean, the grid system's overrated. The grid system's overrated. What was I talking about the grid system? Those British don't know what they're talking about with the grid system. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, that's cool, though. Very cool. So, being Dutch, what's your team? Like, you never have to ask for direction. That's a plus. For directions, that's a plus. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Actually, I'll tell you, if anything, New York City is trying to be more Dutch now because we are trying to incorporate more bicycles in, like, bicycle access in the city. And it's tough for a city that was built where the roads were built for cars. It's becoming difficult. And so there are all these proposals in the city for like bike lanes and everything. And they always bring up like Amsterdam and places like that as like examples of how to do that. Yeah, we were good at that. Yeah. Biking, I knew it. Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to incorporate that because there's just way, like I said, we're like tiny islands.
A competitor raised a settlement.
We can't fit all the cars that need to drive here, and so we're trying to find ways to get rid of as much of the more car congestion, like to lower the car congestion. So we're trying to utilize bicycle lanes and stuff like that, but it's proving to be difficult in the city to really effectively build it. A little too good. Oh no. Can you be too good? We really need to up more of our brick production. The clay seems to be doing well here. $25. Oh, we can afford to build another one. I've never been to the Netherlands, but I find it hard to believe that any culture uses more bicycles than the Japanese. It's insane how it works over there. Really? I didn't know that. What is it with, how does it work over in Japan with bicycles? It makes sense, though, because Japan has the same issue that New York City does, just on a larger scale, because their entire country is an island. But essentially, yeah, when you're an island, you have so much limited space. You just can't fit all of the car congestion that people want to have. Uh-oh. What's this music for? Scary music. Why do we have scary music? Alright, so... Nobody wants to buy clothes, huh? Can we get trade rights with that other dude? Near impossible. Come on, man. Why do you hate us so much? Alright, let's flatter you.
Ladle on hot molasses like I'm some kind of winter pudding.
Oh, man.
In one ear, out the other.
Why you gotta be a jerk like that to me? Come on. Everyone has the same bike, and they all just swap bikes all the time. Take anyone's bike and leave yours behind. Oh, wow. That's really interesting. It reminds me of, in the U.S. here, in Austin, Texas. I went there for my brother's bachelor party a few years ago. And they have this whole system of like electronic scooters, and through an app you can like rent the scooter. But what's crazy is there's no central location. Like you just leave the scooter anywhere in the city, and so when you want a scooter, you just pull it up and you look for where the nearest one is. But you don't even need to look on the app. Anywhere you're walking around, you'll see a scooter on a street corner. And so you'll just get a scooter, and you scan the QR code on it, and then you just go. And so it's like scooters are just left everywhere around the city. It was actually kind of cool. I kind of wish they had that here in New York. Yeah, for sure. I live in a city in the south, and they are trying to rid the city center of cars. So it's all one way, expensive parking, and biking focused, which is fine.
A cup of coffee. You've been playing for 2 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay. Which is fine, but I want to own a car, yeah. and make it make sense. Just a cost now. I can do everything by bike. Yeah. Yeah, I hear that. There's many times here in New York I'm like, oh man, it'd be so much easier if I had a car right now. But alas.
Competitors are now at war.
Ooh. But it's not, yeah, it just won't work. because the city is trying to get rid of them. Here we have a thing called Zip Car, where you can, like, rent cars, like, by the hour or by the day. And it's kind of a nice system. But the problem is they're way too expensive. Basically that rental company, but workforce owned. yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like Uber, but the people own it. Everyone chips in by buying a bike, and the rental becomes free. Oh, wait. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's based on that rental company. But workforce. Oh, I see what you're saying. But workforce owned. Everyone chips in by buying a bike, and the rental becomes free. See, that's kind of cool. I kind of like that. It'd be cool if we had something like that here. Here we have something called City Bike. And so there's these big, like, stations all, like, scattered throughout the city that you can, like, lock the bike into. And so you can rent a bike, like, per hour or, like, for the day. But what's nice is you can do it as, like, a one-way rental. So when you have, like, a city bike, like, bike rack next to you, you can rent the bike, ride to work, and then if there's another city bike rack next to your work, you can just leave it there and lock it in. So a lot of people do that. City bikes are pretty big here. Because the other problem is there's not enough room in most people's apartments to store a bike. So they want to, like, move to, like, biking here, but nobody can actually, like, keep a bike in their apartment. Alright, we're short on some workforce. Alright, there we go. Now, I do want to get the paved road over this way. It only works because nobody steals a bike, exactly. That would never work here in New York. Everyone who takes a bicycle left another. Only in Japan, they have such trust in big cities, yeah. That is probably also a big reason for using a swap system of bikes in Japan. Nowhere to store it. Oh, yeah. It's probably the same problem there. But yeah, that would never work here. Nobody would ever leave a bike. They would just keep the bike. Unfortunately. All right. So we need to get the 300 residents. We should be making sales now, right? Okay, so we got 5. So we really need to build the sailing shipyard. Oh man, look at that though. We need 100 workers. Honestly, with electric bikes that can go super fast now, bikes are not less dangerous anymore. Yeah, this is true. This is true. Although here in New York, it's very dangerous for bicyclists, and it's still mainly because of the cars. Like, we have bike lanes here, but the motorists have no courtesy to bicyclists. People will just park in the bike lane, which forces bicyclists to go into the street around the car that's in the bike lane, or cars will come into the bike lane, like, to park, and just hit bicyclists. Like, it's insane. Like, the motorists are just so awful. Yeah, yeah, that's not good. And it's crazy because it's like people are parking in the bike lanes, um, but you think like, oh, they need to enforce tickets and stuff like that, but half the time the people parking in the bike lanes are the police officers. Can't tell you how many times I've seen like a police car is the one parked in the bike lane. I would love to sell these clothes. Is there another island over here? Yeah, that's funny. Sad but funny. Yeah, I know, it is. Exactly. It's sad, funny. Funny and sad. They have they have London so camered up. Some places, if your car wheel goes into a bus bicycle lane, instant fine. Oh wow. I have heard about that, about London and like CCTV. Like everything is on camera. And it's all 20 miles per hour max. Yeah. Yeah, you know, people who don't live in New York City always talk about, like, oh my god, I could never drive in New York City. It just seems insane. And, like, I guess I can understand that. But at the same time, you can't, like, you never go above, like, 10 miles per hour in the city because you just can't. Like, everything is so congested and crowded that you're never actually driving fast. Alright, so we gotta get to 100 workers. Which means we just need to build more and more. Man, London scares me. Yeah, I've been to London once. I loved it. It was such a great trip. I always said like my life is going to end up in London at some point because my two favorite things in the world are soccer and theater. So, in terms of having that in your life. Oh, look at us. We're up to 96 farmers. Okay. Don't call me master. What is that? Alright, let's see. What's going on here? Neighborhood had no time to prepare for the winter. And Mimazny forecasts a especially wicked one this year. Have you picked timber to spare for the fireplace? Yeah, we got plenty of timber.
I shouldn't ask. We've all we've ever wished for.
Provide the resident with 18 tons of wood.
I wish I'd a goose for your kindness.
Ah, furrow plow equipped in a trade union. Ah, nice. Yeah, we need to get one. The camera situation feels like a nightmare. Oh, yeah, that's true. I used to leave for work at 4 a.m. in London, load up, and get to the job by 6. If I left by 6, I'd get to the job around 10 or 11. Oh my god. Wow. As soon as everyone wakes up, the roads are blocked all day. Yep. That's the same thing here in New York, man. The roads and the highways, especially going in and out of the city. Because remember, this is an island, so the only way to get into and out of the city are through 2 tunnels and 1 bridge. And so you see, like, commuting into the city in the morning is a nightmare. Because everybody and their mother is trying to get in here. And then at the end of the day, when you're trying to leave, you know, it's the same thing. Just in the opposite direction. Any favorite football clubs in London? Beware. They are wrong answers. My team... So, I think I've said before, my team, my real team, is the New York Red Bulls. That is the team I am passionate about. And that's my real team. So I like to say my European team is Chelsea. I am a Chelsea fan. I'm not from London. I'm from the second city, Birmingham. Ah, so Birmingham City Football Club. Oh, you're Birmingham City. So it's funny, my wife is from Birmingham, Alabama. And so it's funny, you know, so she knows, I'll preface this with, I always laugh about everybody, or I have a chuckle about everybody's, like, Americans, European, like, football clubs, right? Because it's always a kind of random choice. Most people have no ties to any of the cities. I have no ties to London, right? I always like to joke my wife is the only one who has a legit fanship. She's an Aston Villa fan. I'm sorry, David. But she didn't know much about the sport before I met her. And so I had said to her, like, you know, when she was trying to pick a team, I was like, you know, Aston Villa is from Birmingham. And so she was like, oh, that's my team. I'm an Aston Villa fan. I was like, well, hold on. You know, there's also another team called Birmingham City. She's like, no, forget them. I'm an Aston Villa fan. I was like, well, okay. But she's a fan of Aston Villa because she's from Birmingham, just a different Birmingham. No wonder rich people like helicopters in New York City. Yeah, exactly. It's so weird, too, when you see, like, helicopters landing in the city. But yeah, that's exactly why. Because we have all these tall buildings, so you have a landing spot if you have, like a tall building. This is how you know China will eclipse the world. Have you seen their 50-lane motorways? Oh my god, no. They can build 1,000 miles for the coast. The UK can build 5 miles. Oh my god. Actually, you know, it's funny. My wife told me when she was in high school, I think it was high school, she had a friend who had taken the Concorde, so that short-lived airplane that went from New York to London in 2 hours. I don't remember why they got rid of that thing. Yes, another blue. Don't ask me why, as an Austrian, ended up as a diehard Chelsea fan and fly to Stamford Bridge at least once a year. Oh, cool. Oh, we got a fellow Chelsea fan. But wait, Super Frank, are you Austrian? Because you guys own my New York Red Bulls. Red Bull Salzburg, as it will. So we have 2 soccer connections on that front. That may be my ignorance speaking. I've never been. Oh, no, you're right, Jabba. You're absolutely right. There's and it's getting more and more common. Like super rich people, you know, like using helicopter travel. Like Jeff Bezos had insisted that if he, you know, when everybody was courting him to build his next Amazon factory somewhere, this New York City was like, we'll allow you to build a helicopter pad. My team is also known as the Blues. Oh, look at that. There you go. Oh, the Concorde was dangerous. I think I remember they blew. Oh, that would do it. So is that what it was? It blew up? That would end it. Yes, I am Austrian. Yes, we own Red Bull. Yes, it's 4:30 a.m. here. And I take it, yes, you're very excited for National Awakening to come out for Victoria 3 on Tuesday, since it's basically the Austrian DLC. Well, wait though. So what's your team then in Austria? Or you're a Chelsea fan? Do you have a team in Austria, or you're just a Chelsea fan? Oh man, I talked right through the ad break. Did I? I did. Apologies to everybody on Twitch. Whoops. Just good conversation tonight. Fellow European, 4:30 rides or die. I have to say though, and this is in all sincerity, I appreciate you guys watching me at such late hours. It's really cool. I thoroughly am grateful for it. Because that's tough. But I appreciate it. Alright, so what are we missing? Oh, we need more. Okay, we need more bricks. Imagine not talking about Victoria 3. Not sure this is a hams stream. I know, right? Can you imagine? Inconceivable. Especially when we're on the precipice of a new DLC coming out. You know, I would like to get soap here.
We'll raise a glass to you, Gav.
Oh, I've totally been neglecting bread. Oh, man. Need to make some bread. Alright, we're gonna put this here.
What brings you here, Master?
So we'll use all of this land. There we go. Will it break the game though? Oh, will it break the the DLC? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like they're getting better with that kind of thing, but I forget who had mentioned it earlier. Yeah, it's like it's like journal entries and stuff. Are the journal entries going to work and all that? I don't know. I mean, it won't. I think it won't break the game, but I think there's definitely going to be some hiccups with the journal entries doing what they're supposed to do, because it does kind of seem like there's a progression. There's a long progression through some of these journal entries, and so a lot of things need to make sure they lead into the next thing. At least that's my plan. Let's see how it will go. Oh wait, Super Frank, I feel like I missed something you typed. Wait, what's the plan? I feel like I missed something. Alright, so we've got that going. Now we need to... Oh yeah, now we need to get the flower windmill. I work in service, bike storage, so I have to wake up at 5 a.m. or be done at 1 a.m. So the streams are just right for me to watch. Oh, perfect then. Okay. Awesome. Lucky me then. Lucky me. Well, I appreciate it. And then... Oh, perfect. There we go. Alright, so now we can start getting some bread going.
It's all prepared.
Oh, let's see what this guy's doing here. Aw, come on, you can't do something to make people happy?
Something's missing.
Yeah. They'll get it there eventually. No idea why I did not go through. I see it in my chat. Oh, that's weird. Okay. We'll send it through again then. It seems a bit complex for the AI to be able to complete much of the new content. Doubt you'll be seeing AI Austria hitting that 2.5 growth a quarter. I know. It's just like... I know what you mean. Because the game is very complicated. Like, it's a very complicated game that's simulating a lot of things. You gotta think it's like either that, like the game won't work, or like it's gonna be it's gonna murder all of our computers. Alright. So, is there a way for me to look at, like, things I can put in that trade union before I build it? Only useful if equipped with items. Attach items here to provide bonuses to production. Yeah, so there's one about farming. Yeah, see, I kind of messed up here. So it would be beneficial if I could put the trade union here.
Not much left to do today.
So the knitters... Let's move you guys. And then... Let's move you guys right here. And you'll be able to fit those farmers in there. Affects all crop farms. Yep, there we go. Perfect. Nice. Nice. Let's see. I just posted it again. Is there a word filter? I could try to send it in 2 messages. Yeah, that's strange because it should still alert me, even if it doesn't post it in the chat. I should be able to see it. Well, let's try it on Twitch. I deliberately did not do a single run with Austria yet. I'm waiting for the DLC and will subjugate half of Europe. Yeah, it came through on Twitch. I don't see what in that message, though, YouTube would have an issue with. That's very strange. Yeah, I'm excited to do a run as... I've never really done a run as Austria, since I generally play with, like, the smaller nations. But Austria now, with all this content, like, I absolutely am going to do an Austria one. So I'm kind of glad I never did an Austria run, because now it's going to be even more fun, I think. I have a 9800 X3D was the best gaming CPU. Oh, nice. So you're set. Oh, wait, and then I decide my game crashes fairly regularly on Speed 5, at least once every couple hours. Wow, really? Whoa. That's fascinating. And frustrating. I can see why that would be incredibly frustrating. Yeah, because the game is very CPU heavy. Hey, LaPlace! Hello, hello! Welcome, welcome, friend! How you doing? Good to see you, as always. Back when Ubisoft did things right before making policy to rate their consumer. I know, right? Silo's key to animal husbandry. I feel like this is like one of the only games they do right. This and like...
Busy, but I've a favour to ask.
Okay. That and like Rainbow Six Siege. I'm not really big into that game, but my brother is heavily into that game. And he's like, it's really the only game I need. So I guess they do that well.
These are good times. Could they be even better?
A puzzle quest. Although I have to say, they don't do every Anno game well. So after loving Anno 1800, I tried out Anno 2205 just to do like a futuristic one. I remember not really getting into it all that much. I should give it another try though. Maybe we'll do a stream of that one day. But so I feel like not every Anno game is great. This one certainly was. Can I ask, do you play Suzerain after the National Awakening? Oh, yeah. Oh man, I've been so busy with like trying to get Victoria 3 content out and then like my regular job, I haven't loaded up Suzerain yet. So like I bought it, I own it from the Steam sale. Haven't tried it out yet, but yeah, I do want to do a stream of it at some point. Maybe when we finish this run on a Friday, we could do like a Suzerain run. That'll give me some time to learn the game. No, the AC series ended in Syndicate, and Rainbow series not flopped because of the community. Not because of Ubisoft, more like the pro game of Rainbow scene. Yeah, that's the thing. It seems like there is a massive community for Rainbow Six Siege. It seems very intricate. So that's probably what's keeping that going. But generally, yeah, Ubisoft is like, you know, I'm still kind of upset about Star Wars Outlaws. Still kind of upset about that one. I was so excited for that game. Open world Star Wars game. I wanted to like it so bad. But it just wasn't it. Wait, how do I build the silo? The farmer heard all about silos on market day and wants to make use of them. The silos will help all animal farms stock up on fodder and improve their productivity. She's asked you to build one on a pig farm, making sure that it's stocked up with grain. Build on any farm a silo. I don't see... Well, this one also isn't timed. Maybe I should do this one. This worker's colleagues do not take their union meetings as seriously as he does. He would like your help to find them around town and make them attend. Find and collect the workers' comrades. Oh, okay. Yeah, don't try to do just blind. Yeah. Yeah, I generally do not like to do any game blind on stream.
My folks were farmers.
I like to know a little bit of what I'm doing. I don't want to have like I don't want to have like the entire run planned out, but I would like to be kind of familiar with the game. Like, I kind of feel like that when I watch YouTube videos of a game, and somebody's like, this is the first time I'm loading up the game, so let's see what's going to happen. And I always kind of feel like if you have, I'm watching you to see how to play the game. If you've never played it before, what am I watching? So, I try not to do things totally blind. I've gone off open world games. I much prefer a fairly linear path, like Alien Isolation, where you're on a space station and gain access to new paths and areas as you progress. Densely filled small areas. Yeah. I know what you mean, because I like... I felt like that when I was playing The Last of Us Part 1 Remastered. That I realized, like, man, I didn't realize just how much I've been playing open world games for so long. I haven't played...
We'd understand if there's too much on your plate.
I haven't played a linear game in forever. And it was really nice, actually, to not have a million side quests and stuff like that, and there's just the game.
A little love is all we ever wanted.
So yeah, I know what you mean by that.
Sorry.
It's kind of refreshing, kind of nice. You kind of forget everything is an open world game now. Suzerain is fairly simple game, just choose... It doesn't have complex math like Victoria 3. No, math! What kind of video game doesn't make you do math? It was funny, that was like one of the early comments on my channel. Somebody had commented, this is actually a math channel parading as a Victoria 3 channel. And I was like, yeah, it's fair enough. Alright, here we go. So now... a gunboat, that's what we want. So we need to make, like, cannons. Okay, so we're gonna need iron, charcoal kiln. We need these two to make the furnace. Then that. So we got a lot of workers, but
It's all how you're born, innit?
we also need to make this. Oh, pigs. I think we got a decent amount of pigs. Oh, but we're gonna need some. Alright, so an iron mine. Where do we have iron? We have iron on? Ooh! Oh, yeah, yeah. Look at that. Okay, iron mine. We do have iron. We're supposed to have one more somewhere. All the way over here. Yikes. Okay. Oh no, first timers. I can't watch those on YouTube at least. Yeah, same. If I go on YouTube, it's because I need help. If you're as lost as me, I just get frustrated. Yes, exactly. Totally the same. That's how I am too. So I'm like, I don't personally, I don't want to watch that. So why would anybody want to watch me do that? So I try to, you know, have some things somewhat mapped out. Or not mapped out, but like, have a little bit of a plan of what I'm going to do. Alright, there we go. We got an iron mine. Pick your choice and accept the consequences. Fairly simple and straightforward. And like Victoria 3 debt, it's just a number. Just a number, that's right. Okay, good to know.
What kind
in a town don't have a warehouse?
I've just been delving into your heritage.
Oh my god, dude. Alright, so we're gonna need another warehouse. So we're gonna try to create our steel mill here.
A competitor raised a settlement.
Now, do we need produces goods? So produces coal. But we have coal on this island, right? So why can't I just build a coal mine? I don't mind it on Twitch, though, because it's live. Oh, yeah. I guess, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Which, something being live, I guess, is more of an excuse. Whereas, like, YouTube, you're supposed to have, like, taken time with this thing, right?
Please, sir, I have need of fresh air.
Oops. Who was that? Uh-oh, we're starting to lose money. It's just you're going to be annoyed by your cabinet, chief of military, the activist, the newspaper, the faction, and the Blutish. God, I hate the Blutish minority. Definitely not related to any minority named Kurdish. Oh, oh man. Interesting. What's funny is, like, so I have, like, no context for this. But there's going to be, like, the moment, fast forward to me playing the game. And I'm going to be like, ah, Blutish. Well, I can talk to you, and we can explore together. But YouTube, I'm just watching. Oh, maybe that's what it is. Yeah, that's a good point. Because when it's live, it's more interactive. But yeah. When it's YouTube, like, there's no interaction there. Wait, so what are the goods
Perhaps it'll
here?
mean journeying to the center of the earth.
Puzzle quest. Ugh.
I feel better already.
Find 2 black bears, find 2 wolves. Okay. Alright, well, let's build the charcoal kiln. A furnace. Yeah, we don't have enough for that. Every suzerain veteran will agree that they hate the Blutish. Never have I hated a fictional group of people more than Blutish. Even the Blutish hate the Blutish. Oh my god, I can't wait to encounter them now. So I could be like, I get it. I finally get it. Oh, you know, we never built a church. I'm such a heathen. Oh yeah, we don't have enough bricks. Don't have enough bricks. Okay, well, let's send our ship over here. Oh, I'm supposed to, like, find bears on this island or something.
An explosion in one of your factories.
What? Oh, no.
A fire broke out.
Oh, boy.
The fire left ruins behind.
Ah. Alright, I guess we'll just build it here. Yeah, ruins. Oh, this was destroyed too. Okay.
We put our love into this.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, I remember now. I was like, oh, we gotta get the gunboat. But I just remembered, yeah, we gotta build these guys.
A competitor raised a settlement.
We need steel. Oh, and the furnace is gonna make the steel. Oh, I need 100 workers, so
Sweet as honey.
time to start upgrading. Alright, give me my furnace. Although I feel like there's a lot more stuff I'm gonna need now. Alright, so we should start making steel. Because you just play the base game, the Swordland story, it's simple unless you're planning to play the DLC too. I can see you trying the game first. Well, wait, so from what I could tell, the DLC isn't out yet, though, right? There's one DLC on the way, but that's the only one, right? Because when I was buying it, it seemed like there wasn't anything else to get. But I bought something that's going to give me, like, this future DLC when it comes out.
Steersman.
Oh, hold on. We got something for a trade union. Affects the bakery. Where did I put that bakery? Oh.
Stand to attention for the boss.
Oh, nice. Oh, the DLC is already out a year ago. Wait, let me look real quick then. What did I buy? So... Oh, yeah, okay. So the DLC is called Riza? Or Kingdom of Rizia. Oh, and that's in my library. Oh, okay, so I have it. Oh, I didn't realize it was already out. The base game story, you play a republic nation led by president as the head of state and broken constitution. Oh, okay. You know, we need to get more brick production going. But the DLC, you play as king in that and have recently encountered the crisis of revolution. Oh.
Silver spoon stiffs want to deny us that.
Man, I gotta try that out. You know, maybe this weekend I'll try it out before all this, like, National Awakening DLC comes out for Victoria 3 and my life becomes consumed by that.
We've run out of gubbins.
You've run out of gubbins. How could you run out of gubbins? Constant coup, a conflict with neighbors, treaty port with narcissistic dictator with a Joker-like attitude and communist. Oh my god. What am I getting myself into? I'm a little sad that CK3 last DLC fumbled so badly, yeah. Yeah, that's true. And didn't they release, like, some comment that was like, oh, sorry this sucked so much. We were just focused so much on the next DLC. Like, that doesn't make it better. It is funny, though, because I feel like with the next DLC coming out with that expansion, if they can hit that one well and, like, expand the map and all that, I feel like all will be forgiven. But I feel like now that they fumbled so badly with Coronations, if the next one isn't spectacular, I feel like the fan base is gonna riot. Alright, so how do... Oh, steel beams. You know, I'm so used to Victoria 3, I was like, oh, this is iron, and this is steel. Like, oh wait, no. This is iron, this is steel, and this is steel beams. Okay, so we have steel. Oh, we need to make the steel works. Oh my god. We need 200 workers. And why are we losing so much money? Yeah, they apologize, but yeah, it's like it's all for all under heaven. Yeah, exactly. That's like, it seems like that's all they're focusing on. Also, homosexual nation that like crusading because they want to, and constantly bothering your church, and your church that stubbornly cling to old tradition and crumbling military. Wait, this is all in suzerain? That sounds insane. This is all the DLC. I look forward to it, like Coronations is much a big part of a kingdom's legitimacy. Yeah, I know. I have to say, though, so we did... I didn't get to do the CK3 episode this week, but the episode that we did the previous week, we tried out Coronations, And we went through 2 coronation ceremonies, and the game didn't crash or anything like that. So I know a lot of people have been saying that it doesn't work, but now this is very, very limited run through it that I've done. It was only that one stream episode. But it seemed to work fine for me. I do love the being able to like zoom in on the map and see your people all working and stuff in this game.
I'm confident it's ready to go.
Alright, Mr. Newspaper Man. Let's see what you got. Bankruptcy. What are you going to write about my bankruptcy?
I suppose it can be reworded like this. That is a wonderful idea.
Yeah, that's right, buddy.
Censorship is not always the cranny of the corrupt.
Hey.
Goddamn.
Oh, sorry, buddy. Oh, I didn't realize my face is in the way of this
Done makes
stuff.
sense.
I gotta find a different place to put my face. Oh, wait, there it is. Sounds like fairly simple DLC. And the worst of all, that you have to face your free-minded daughter. And here you will learn the art of gaslighting. Suzerain, teach me gaslighting your partner and child. Save your marriage and family relation. Oh my god, wait, so you have like a family that you gotta like look. So this really is just like a full-on story mode. I guess I don't know what I'm really getting myself into with this Suzerain game. Alright. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm not keeping track of the quests here. Wait, why is that a target place? Benti wants your help in bringing some wild animals on her island into the safety of her zoo for the winter. Wait, she wants your help in bringing some wild animals on her island into the safety of her zoo for the winter. Okay. So 2 black bears. 2 wolves. Okay. I find some of these quests kind of annoying. But I need the money. I need a wolf. Where's the wolf? Oh, look at those little hedges she has there. Yeah, it's life.exe simulation in the worst scenario available. Oh man, wonderful. It does make you wonder why we have so much fun with games like these, huh? You think about like Victoria 3, this one, Suzerain, and yet they're incredibly fun. Oh, there he is. Why can't I pick him up?
The Jorgensen Trust couldn't be more grateful.
Sure. Alright, let's bring our ship back. Now, I still don't know how to build a silo. It's a little different. It's not broken in that way, but CK3 is more about the story of your character, yeah. But the last DLC was really about the mechanics and not about the story, sort of say, oh, that's an interesting take on it. I can see that. It was also broken. Some events didn't fire enough. Yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting way to look at it, right? It's true, because, yeah, CK3 is very much like a role-playing game. But a DLC that's all about mechanics, not so much the role-playing, I guess, might not work. Oh, you know, I'm an idiot. I probably just need to... There we go.
How do?
Alright. Missing goods. Grain. How are we doing on grain production here? So we don't have any stored. Yeah, okay. So we need another grain farm. And we'll want to keep it within range here. Well, let's yeah, we'll do it like this. There we go. Get us some more grain working. And you're still in range of the trade union. Yeah, a king making an oath to be the best hunter in the lands, so he has to do 2 legendary hunts. What actual king does that? It makes no sense. Yeah, that's true. That's a very good point.
We will be so
At least not a
much stronger
king.
together.
Alliance. Wait, I have to pay you 8,000? Yeah, whatever,
No
it's
need to be
fine.
so formal. Of course I accept.
Your trust in Bente makes me want to trust you.
Really? Okay. Guess it was worth the 8 grand.
You would like her favor, hey?
Oh my god, that's creepy. Guarantees second term and becoming the hero of nation in its darkest hour. Wait, Laplace, was that... What was that in reference to? I feel like some YouTube comments are not going through. Oh, wait, here it is. Also, war is not bad. If your approval rating sucks, just win war. Unless you're Churchill. Guarantee second term. Oh, I'm becoming the hero of a nation in its darkest hour. Wait, is Winston Churchill actually a character in the game? It would be something else that you'd have a feud going with another family and making an oath to make them pay or something. Or your predecessor has neglected his realm's finances and you make an oath to do so or something like that. Oh, okay. Thank you. What's this? DLC long-term green. What does this mean? Ah, Master, it's no bother if the grain runs low for some reason. We'll manage without the silo, just like we did before. I suppose you might see the numbers drop off until we can use it again, though. Okay. Where some of your land was taken, and now you make an oath, take it back to do something about that. Yeah. Yeah, that would be interesting. No, but Churchill loses the election after World War II. Oh, I see. Okay, okay. Oh, the morning sun just blinded me. The birds are singing. Time to sleep. Have a nice rest of your stream. Ah, thank you, Super Frank. Always good to hang out with you. I appreciate you spending time here. Time with us. So early in the morning. I'll see you next time, my friend. As you can see, I'm a little salty. Yeah, no worries. I understand that. Anybody who plays like grand strategy games, 4X games, all of that stuff, you're always going to be a little salty about runs. Lord knows I've been pretty salty to quite a few Victoria 3 streams in my time. Actually, I'll say I was pretty salty about the last stream we did, or the last run with Wallachia into Romania, and the fact that for some reason Prussia, Austria, and Russia were all like the best of buds and allied to each other the whole time. Like, what kind of nonsense is that? Let's see. Oh, gotta go. Need to touch grass. Have a nice day. Yeah, Laplace, of course. Always good to chat with you and play games. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you for the next one. The next one is going to be a National Awakening stream, so I'll see you for the next one for sure. Okay. So do we have steel beams yet? We do not. Oh yeah, I don't think we've built the building yet. Yeah, because we need 200 workforce. And that's gonna be tough.
You reward our hard graft.
Oh, we're behind on schnapps. How are we behind on schnapps? How are we on potatoes? So we got 20 of them. Oh no, not the alcohol. Yeah, right. Don't lose the alcohol. In the words of Jack Sparrow. Why are the schnapps gone?
We lack the requisite materials.
Why? Yeah, we're having a hard time keeping grain supply. Yeah, even though we have this furrow plow. Oh yeah, don't I have a...
Flagship ready for orders.
Affects pig farm, rendering works, soap factory, slaughterhouse. Okay, so... There we go. Negative attractiveness minus 50%. Okay. Doesn't give us all that much, but whatever. We are losing quite a bit of money right now.
Stores are inundated.
Oh yeah, I forgot these guys have just been making sales. Come on, somebody's got to want to buy sales. Hmm. Nope, nope, nope. So do you enjoy this game? I do enjoy this game, I have to say. So I was talking about at the beginning of the stream, I wanted to pick it up for so long, but always on the fence. Yeah, so I had gotten this game when it first launched, and I totally fell into it, and I loved it. I played this game like non-stop when it first launched. And then, you know, I finished the campaign, and then I did a bunch of like sandbox runs. And then I kind of fell off of the game. So I never ended up getting any of the DLC or anything like that, and I never went back to it. And so it was last week on Friday, I loaded it back up and we did a little bit of a stream session with it, and I remembered how much I really loved it. And so, yeah, I do enjoy this game. It's not as intricate as like a Paradox game, but I haven't even scratched the surface of like the trade system in this. The trade system in this is a lot of fun. So basically trying to like, trying to create like trade routes where it's like, okay, we're going to select, we get, you know, we're going to take 50 sales, and then we'll go to this guy and we'll unload them. But then we'll load up this from him, and then we'll come back here, and then unload that here. And so, like, you can create these intricate trade routes. And then, of course, I haven't even gotten to, you have multiple islands that you can get, but you gotta settle them first. And you have, like, your, the things that can grow here. So eventually when I need, like, red peppers and hops, then I'll start developing this island I took over here. But then we gotta, like, create supply chains to get the goods from there to here and all that stuff. So it is a lot of fun, and it can become very intricate. And we haven't even gotten to the new world. And so basically you go to like the new world, and then you have other like goods chains you can create. Well, I think we're at our point here. Oh, geez. Yeah. I'll check it out then. So, yeah, you definitely should. I was saying how... I bought the game a while ago. And I, for some reason, back in the day, bought it on Ubisoft Connect. I don't know why I did that. I wish I had just bought it on Steam. That being said... on Ubisoft Connect, it's on major sale. You can get it for $6. The base game you can get for $6 on Ubisoft Connect right now. Whereas on Steam, let me look. I feel like on Steam it's like full price. So I ended up buying all the DLC for it because it's all 90% off. Yeah, look at that. On Steam right now, it's still listed as $60 for just the base game. But on Ubisoft Connect, you can get the base game for $6 right now. So it's definitely worth checking out on that. But then, you know, you got to own it on Ubisoft Connect, which is kind of annoying. But that's, I guess, what I got here. Oh, man. Okay. Well, this was a fun one. I think we're definitely going to come back to this next week. I want to see this one through. Because this game, I enjoy this. And I'm enjoying getting back into it as we prepare for the new Anno that comes out in November, Anno 117. Well, thanks for the stream, the good talks and topics. Yeah, and thank you. This was a fun one tonight. I enjoyed it. Long chats, and none of them political debates like what Victoria 3 streams usually bring out, which are also fun. But this was fun too. So yeah, so I appreciate it. God, when's the next time I'm on? Next time I'm on will be on Tuesday next week. I won't be able to do the morning session of Victoria 3, but I'll be able to do the evening session. And what'll be cool about that one is National Awakening will be out. So we're gonna start the new stream session with Serbia. So we'll be doing a new Serbia run in the new update. So Tuesday night, we'll be doing that one. That'll be the next time I'm on. Thanks to everybody else who's watching. Jabba, thanks for hanging out, as always. I appreciate it. And I don't know if it's apparent, but I am ready for bed. I am tired. So have a good night, everybody. And as always, be awesome. I will see you next time.